From the center of the universe, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, this is the SDM Show with your host, Rob Cairns. The SDM Show focuses on business, life, productivity, digital marketing, WordPress, and more. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and enjoy the show. Here is Rob.
Hey everybody, I'm Rob Cairns. I'm the founder, CEO, and chief creator of amazing ideas at stunning digital marketing. In this podcast, I have Alex Standiford with me, and we're going to talk about his new affiliate marketing project and product called Siren. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. This podcast is sponsored by Stunning Digital Marketing, the agency that can help protect your WordPress website today. Go to stunningdigitalmarketing.com and see what we can do to help you protect your business investment. That's stunningdigitalmarketing.com.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, Rob Cairns here. And in today's podcast, I'm going to sit down with Alex Standiford, and we're going to talk about his new product, Siren. How are you today, Alex?
Hey, Rob, I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, the second time we were just commiserating when we did the first record, the audio managed to go south. I was getting some bad feedback, and I decided, well, we don't need to put the listeners and the viewers through that mess, so we'll just fix it all real quickly. So let's jump in. I always like to ask people in the WordPress space a WordPress origin story. So would you mind sharing that again with the listeners?
Yeah, sure. So I started using WordPress in like 2009, and I was using it just to run a small just a small business related to photography, and I was using it to just attract clients and try to get more photographers to want to work with me and things like that. But and it kind of expanded into using WordPress for tutorials for the photo editor GIMP, and just over time I was just using it for several years, and just as I got more and more advanced with it, I realized I needed I realized that I really liked it. I liked WordPress. I liked development. I liked coding. And at the time I was a mechanical engineer, and I realized I wanted to work from home. And this was like, 2013, 2014, before COVID happened, and before the work from home movement was really a thing. So really the only one of the few communities that was doing the work from home thing or work remote thing was web
WordPress.
developers. So yeah, WordPress specifically. So I switched and became a freelance web developer, fell on my face pretty hard, learned a lot, got up, brushed off a little bit, and did it again, made an agency, had, some big clients, built hundreds of WordPress plugins over, 5 or 6 years when I was running that agency. And yeah, so then here I am now building Siren affiliates and just, doing my thing.
It's funny you mentioned you started for photography, right? And I listen to that because photography is like one of my loves when I'm not here. Tiz and I go on vacation, and I'll shoot 100 pictures up in Niagara Falls in a day, and I'll go back 6 months later and I'll shoot another 100. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's just one of the things I love doing is going out and taking pictures and like capturing the moment, right? And
yeah. Yep.
and it's just one of those things I enjoy so much. So do you still do a lot of photography in your spare time? Or?
I do less than I used to, but I still have a camera and I still do it a bit. What I really got into, so I started with photography, and then after a while I realized I was really enjoying the photo editing aspect of it. So I was doing a lot of the bigger edits, like, I wouldn't even consider this a photo anymore kind of edits. It's more of a like literally just taking multiple things and putting them together. And I had a lot of fun
for photo editing. Are you a Photoshop guy?
I originally worked with Photoshop, but then I switched to GIMP because it was free. And it took me a little bit to learn it because there was some interface quirks that it still has today that if you don't have the muscle memory, it's really obnoxious. But I got over that hump, and then I started teaching people how to do that as well. So I was teaching people how to switch from Photoshop to GIMP, and for a while I was, pretty much if you did a search for how to use GIMP, I was, the top search result. And getting lots of views on my YouTube videos. And it was my first like real blog that I've ever ran that had any kind of real traction, that was meaningful.
I love this story. I'm an Affinity guy right now. So I'm in with Affinity, who now is owned by Adobe just for,
Yeah,
well, Canva bought them, which is an Adobe product. So here we
right.
go, right?
Here we go. Right.
And the other thing I'll throw out there for listeners, not that this is what we want to talk about, but if you're looking for some low cost quickie tools, there's a really cool company out there called A Shampoo. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're mostly on the PC side. And they're one of these utility companies, and they have some low cost photo managers and some low cost tools for upscaling photos and downscaling. So people might want to check them out. So let's jump into the world of affiliate marketing. First of all, why affiliate marketing before we get into the product?
Yeah, sure. So, I back to my related to my origin story, right? So my original business that I ran was creating photo montage, DVD montages. That ages me, but here we are.
You're dating yourself again,
Yeah, no
buddy.
kidding, right? But I was creating DVD montages for people. So like we were even using the live scribe, like the burners that would like
Yep.
burn the picture on it and all this stuff. Anyway, but we were creating these for people, and it wasn't an inexpensive thing. So it had to be a pretty special event in order to justify, paying for this kind of thing. And we found that it was usually weddings and things like that where people would actually, pay for these
Anniversaries, stuff like that. Yeah.
anniversary, right? Graduations, So, and we realized that pretty much everywhere that we were doing this, there was a photographer, right? Like if somebody was paying for a photographer, they would probably be interested in paying for something that would, create a montage for it. And this was before software existed to automate this, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
long after that, but at the time it
For
wasn't
AI.
really a thing. Right. Before AI, before Animoto and all that. Anyway, so
Yeah.
um I started creating partnership programs even then, back in like 2009, 2008, for photographers to basically resell my product.
Mm,
So I've been thinking about the idea of like affiliate marketing and partnerships pretty much as long as I've been on the web.
yeah.
Fast forward a little bit, whenever I was running my agency, I was coming up with different ways to collaborate with other people to allow them to promote and sell my product without necessarily needing to hire a full-time employee. One thing that I did was I had a blog content bonus program where basically people could write content on my site, and it would allow them to get credit if somebody visited and read their blog post and then later on converted.
Oh, that's
So yeah, so I was building some different partnerships and different ways to do these things that falls outside of what you would think of when you think of an affiliate program, right? But then on top of that, for a few years, I actually worked at Sandhills Development before they got acquired, and I was one of their lead developers for affiliate WP. So on top of all of my personal experience in working with affiliate programs, I've also personally built and managed another one where I've got a lot of experience on how other people work with affiliate programs, how um, what they value, what they don't care about, and also how to not build an affiliate plugin in some ways, right? Like it's not intended to be like a nasty savage bash or anything like that. It's just like there's there's always things that you look at whenever you build something, and then you look back on it and you're like, man, if I was going to do it again, I would probably avoid that.
yeah. And the
So
problem
yeah,
the problem is a lot of people take affiliate marketing, and I'm sorry, a lot of people abuse affiliate marketing.
yeah,
So they turn affiliate marketing into what I call spam marketing.
yep,
And you know where I'm going with this because you've been in this space. And that just drives me nuts. And
yep,
I personally, beyond a couple companies that I really believe in, one is a web host that a friend runs, one is another. I don't do a lot of affiliate marketing, and I'm guilty of it. And people say I'm leaving money on the table, but I put money on the table in so many ways. And one of the reasons I don't do it is I want to be in a position to say what I want, when I want, who I want, and I don't want to be in that position where I have to cowtail because some company's going to pay me out $300 and I have to be nice when I really shouldn't be. So I made a decision in my business a long time ago. I didn't want to play that game. What do you
mhm.
kind of say to the spam and that whole side of things?
Yeah. So bad affiliate programs attract bad affiliates, right?
Yep.
So if you're not managing your affiliate program and you're just letting anybody in and you're letting them do whatever they want, however they want, you're going to attract the worst people. You're going to attract the worst affiliates because there are great affiliates out there. There are people that actually only sell products that they personally use and that they personally believe in. A great example of this, I always think of Pat Flynn. He's like, to me, he's just kind of this like this paragon of like what an affiliate marketer can be. And he's honest, he's upfront, he's genuinely a good guy, and he's always very focused on helping people. And he happens to make some money from his recommendations. He's very transparent about that. And so like there's great affiliates out there. You just have to run a program and make sure that you're one, attracting the good ones, and two, more specifically, filtering out the bad ones.
I agree. So you've developed this new product called Siren.
Mhm.
Launch is coming up very quickly.
I know, I'm freaking out. I'm so excited.
But you must be busy, but you need to be excited because job
Yes.
well. You jumped into a space that's already crowded with some heavyweights already.
Yeah.
Why Siren, and why even go into a space where there's big heavyweights at this point? And what does it solve?
Well, first off, I knew I could do it better. And I knew I could do it a lot better than what other people are doing. I'm seeing the approaches and all of the heavyweights, right? There's that are out there are either the original or they're almost carbon copies of the original, right? So they didn't really add a whole lot of innovation. They basically just rebranded the original, pretty much said we're going to just do exactly what they do and offer one or two small things and pretty much compete on price, right? So if you look around on the affiliates plugin space, all of them are like, we're the easiest, or we're the cheapest, or we're both. I don't want to play that game. I don't want to be the easiest affiliate program. Well, I do. I want to be an easy affiliate program system to use, but I'm not. I want to reimagine what an affiliate program is. I'm expanding and going beyond that. To me, Siren isn't just an alternative to an affiliate plugin. To me, this straight up replaces it. Where it's like, an affiliate program is just one of many programs you can have. The biggest strength to me about Siren is that it takes a multi-program approach to affiliate marketing. So other plugins and other tools, not even just plugins, right? They will say, oh yeah, you can have an affiliate program, right? And that's what they do. They give you a single affiliate program, and it's this big monolithic program that has all these different rates where every affiliate has their own rate. You can customize it as you see fit, and you can do all these things, but it all happens inside of one program that works in one specific way. Siren doesn't do that. Instead, it says, hey, I'm going to give you the tools you need to create as many programs as you want. And all of these programs can have a completely different set of rules. They can have a different set of rates. They can, and you can add different collaborators to one or more of these. And on top of that, all of these programs can run at the same time. So if for a single transaction, 2 or 3 or more than one program, in other words, as many programs as you want, can apply to that transaction. So you can actually pay multiple collaborators for a single thing, multiple affiliates for a single transaction. And that's really powerful because it allows you to create, to sell things that have longer and more complicated buyer's journeys. So like, instead of saying, I want to sell a $10,000 website that's custom, right? Good luck getting an affiliate to sell that because there's sales process. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. Because that whole transaction doesn't just happen with a single interaction. That's multiple touch points, multiple interactions. An affiliate can't do that. Yes. But what an affiliate can do is give you a lead, right? They can in a single interaction convert that person to signing up for your email list. They can convert that person to schedule a call to start these conversations. They can even sell less expensive things that are, packaged up on your site, but they can't sell that big one. So Siren, because of its multi-program approach, one of the big use cases that comes to mind for me as a person who ran an agency was, I wish I had a way to create a lead generation affiliate program that's specifically just for leads. And I pay them whenever their lead actually converts into a sale, right? But then on top of that, I also want to have a sales program that's focused on selling the actual conversion aspect. And by doing that, you can create two programs, one for leads and one for sales. And they're able to like organically work together. Do you know what I mean? They don't necessarily have to even know who each other are. They don't have to know anything about each other at all, because the lead generators are bringing in the leads, and the conversion program is focused on taking those leads and converting them into actual sales. And then both of those people, they need each other, right? The salesperson needs the lead generator, and the lead generator needs the conversion person to actually like finish that project, that sale.
Yep.
And you can't do that kind of thing with a basic affiliate plugin, right? But you can do that with Siren.
Is Siren, I take it Siren's all WordPress based, right?
It is
Or
WordPress based. Yep.
so that means all your data stays inside the WordPress dashboard, right?
Yep.
Which means those people who are concerned about security or concerned about data or concerned about data ownership, they now have control over their data. It's like Fluent CRM or Groundhog CRM. It's in the same where all the data is self-contained and
Yep.
you own it all.
Yep. That's right.
What is the cost of getting set up on Siren for a company? Do you have any sense of costing at this point?
Yeah, so that's a bit of a can of worms. Since this is the week before launch, so the launch price is going to be $99 a year.
Okay.
I, however, am having a very launch pricing that's very specific to launch, literally launch day and the day before, for my email list. And I'm offering a lifetime license for $45 and a couple other really crazy offers that I'm literally never going to do again. It's literally just for that, like launch day and the day after.
And launch day is again?
June 4th. June 3rd, if you're on my email list, you get it a day early, so you get the first chance to get like that $45 lifetime deal. I'm only giving out 50 of them, so
So June 3rd, you need to pay attention now. It's his email list. There you go,
that's
right?
right.
You're
Yeah,
never
if you
gonna
know
get
that.
a better deal.
No,
And
never. I specifically was like, I have to pick a number that I will never do again. And I was like, what would I do for Black Friday? And I was like, okay, it's got to be less than that. And there we go.
and I have to say, you and I have never spoke before. I think we've texted a few times over the years,
Mhm.
and I've been wanting to get you on here because you're well known in the WordPress space. So for me, the trust levels there. I mean, a big part of jumping into new products is, do you trust the founder?
Yeah,
And
for
I
sure.
would say, this can sound salesy, but I'm going to do it anyway. Is you should trust Alex. She's been around a long time. Most of us know you, or know of you, right?
Right.
And communicated. So, are you going to go to any WordCamps to pitch some of this? Are you planning on it?
Yeah, I'm at least going to US. I thought about going to some of the other ones locally, more like closer to me, but
Canada.
I know, I got to go to Canada. That's been one that's coming, was it next month?
July the 11th, July the 10th is Contributor Day in Ottawa, Ontario. So get there.
I
I am
I
going. So yeah.
I'm very seriously considering it, because that's drivable for me.
Yeah.
I could get there. I mean, I'm in Northeast Ohio, so it's,
And
it's not a short drive, but I could make it. I'm very seriously debating on it though, because it just kind of depends on how crazy this launch is and
yeah.
what I got to be honest, I've never made it this far with a product. Like, I've built things and I've come up with ideas, but I've never got it to launch like this. So I've got a lot of help. I have a coach, and I have, I'm in a lot of communities and a pretty strong support group. So I've got a lot of help to help me succeed. But I genuinely don't know what my workload's going to look like. So I
But
just know it's going to be crazy,
you should be really proud of yourself. Just doing it is more
Yeah.
than a lot of people do. What
Yeah.
I would suggest, just thinking about help, reaching out to is my good friend, and you probably know him well, is Mr. Andrew Palmer, co-founder of Bertha, and Andrew's launched multiple products in the
Yeah.
WordPress space, so he might be a good source of info. Tell him
Yeah.
I sent you to bug him.
All right, I will. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he's actually coming on the show very soon to talk about why we shouldn't do things in the WordPress space for free, believe it or not. So another one of my favorite topics, but anyway. Birds aside, have you got a help desk system in place to handle support requests at this point?
Yeah, so I've set up something called I'm using a chat program. I kind of wrote a little bit of a rant on my blog, on my personal blog about this subject. I okay, so I am not a fan of old school ticketing systems. Like I don't like the idea of sending an email and waiting for a response. Um, and I also hate onboarding flows. Like I know this is not
Oh
necessarily
God.
super related, but like onboarding wizards, they drive me crazy. So like anyway, I at launch I basically ended up creating a page so that whenever the plugin is activated, it takes you to a page so you can activate your API key. And I set up chat. I'm using a chat based system, and you can submit a ticket with a form the old fashioned way if that's really how you want to go about it. But I found that my favorite experiences I can think of in recent history with support, honestly, the first thing I think about is Flywheel, because I mean, at the time I was using Flywheel a lot, and I just loved that whenever I'd be working, if I needed something, I could just go to that little chat bubble, send a message, and I would get a response within 10 minutes and have it fixed. And I just loved that experience. And I was thinking a lot about how I want that experience for my users, the people who use Siren.
Yep.
And so I created a chat bubble, and I'm using a chat bubble, and I also have an AI that's trained on it on my documentation and stuff like that, so that she can help. Her name's Melody, it's a mermaid, but anyway, so she can help with support a little bit faster than me. So she'll send an initial response, but there's also a note along with that response that says, "Hey, just so you know, Alex also reviews these. If there's anything inaccurate or anything like that, just let me know." And also, if you just want to talk to Alex, you just click that. There's a button right there that you click on, and it'll just notify me directly. Trying to create a little bit of a barrier for me to kind of like, so I'm not fielding every message.
Oh,
But
it is so hard. I have been in and out of, and I come out of an IT background where
yeah,
I implemented support systems for the help desk. That was
yeah.
some projects I ran, and they're traditionally ticket based. And I have been in and out of support systems for the last 6 years because my clients like to balk at them, and they just balk and they balk and they balk. I've tried everything from giving them a Notion board to add stuff to traditional ticket-based system, the chatbots, and they just balk. And and I ended up finally this year in January, switching to the Awesome Support plugin, which you're probably familiar with.
Mhm.
And I basically turned to my clients and said, if you email me directly, I'm just going to open up a ticket in your name and it'll get scheduled when it gets scheduled.
Right.
Emailing me is not going to get your stuff done
No,
faster or sooner.
no, no. Um,
You're
right.
laughing because you know this pain.
Yeah, yeah. I went through this with uh my agency too. We had a ticket based system, and it was the same thing. People would just email me directly, and I had I had a business partner, and they knew that I was the developer, so they would just email me instead. And it actually got to the point to where I just gave my partner access to my email address, and if something came in, she would just field it and just you know.
I get
But
it.
yeah, and it was. I mean, I don't know if there may have been like a gender component there too, because she's a woman, and sometimes people are like that, and it's stupid. I hate it, but
Yeah.
and she was convinced that was at least a part of it, and I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna take your word for it, and I'm just gonna give you access to my email address, and but it was the same thing. Like so we would receive an email, and she would look at it, and she would just be like, she would literally just forward it to support, and that would be that.
Yeah.
Um, the another thing that I did with the support system is I set it up so that you have to opt in for it. It's not a default thing, because I didn't sometimes the WordPress community especially gets a little antsy about the idea of things phoning home. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I didn't want to without their permission do this, but whenever you activate, there's a checkbox that says, yes, I would like to have the support chat with Siren directly in my plugin. So whenever you're working with Siren, if you activate that, if you ever run into an issue, there's a little link in the footer that you click on and it'll pop up the chat and you can just talk directly with me in there. And what's cool about it is it'll also allow me with their permission, as we're chatting, if they just want to share their screen with me, they can do it directly in the chat, right? So they can just, so it bypasses a lot of that extra, I don't know how much you've had to work with support with WordPress plugins, but like there's usually there's a bit of a process where it's like you have to create a username and give them access and do all this stuff, unless the plugin has a backdoor or something like that. But
And then go away and wait 2 days and yada,
right,
yada,
exactly.
yada,
It's
yada.
such a
Yep,
process.
it
So
is.
I found that this plugin, that this not this plugin, but this chat box that I've got, it allows me to do screen shares and allows them to share screenshots. And I can even, again, with the permission, take control of that specific window. So I'm I'm not sure how that's going to all play into it, but I have a feeling, my hope is that it'll allow me to help people and support them faster and more directly without them needing to create an account and wait all that time and do all this stuff. My hope is that I want to create that experience that I had with these hosting companies like Flywheel and WP Engine,
Yep.
where if I have a problem, I send a message to the bubble and they fix my problem and I keep going. I'm in a flow. I want to keep that flow. I don't want it to be disrupted. I surely don't want to wait. And my
Flow
goal with
is
Siren is to make
everything.
that happen.
Flow is everything in support. I deal with
Right.
a company for managing my email called Fastmail, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't do chat support, but they do email support. And I have to tell you, the one thing Fastmail has down is their flow, and
Yeah.
I don't care how it's done. It's just how does it flow and interact with the consumer and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
As we kind of wrap up, three quick takeaways beyond the special offer you're going to put out there on June the 4th. Why
Yeah.
Siren?
I would say, I mean, it kind of fits in what you were saying earlier. Like for me, of course, Siren has I can sit here and talk about all the features. I could talk about the multi-program approach. I can talk about all these different advanced things that you're going to be able to do now, that you can do now, and that you'll be able to do in the future with LMS integrations and all of the things that I have planned for this plugin. But more than anything, to the WordPress community, for me, it's trust me. If you trust me and you know that I am capable of doing this and you know that I'm going to knock your socks off, because I know I will. And I think that, this is one of those things where like, I'm not just some big company. This is me. This is my plugin. This is my baby. I've worked on this thing since August. I've thought about this offering and this solution since 2009. I've literally thought about everything about this. And for me, why Siren is literally just because I want you to succeed and I know how to make that happen.
And if it were me and echoed sentiments, I would trust Alex any day of the week. So if that's an issue, as I say, he's well known in the community. Look at Siren. Alex is approachable. He's easy to get a hold of. Bug him. Slack works.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a multitude of ways in this community to find people. And I
I'm
wish
pretty much on all of them.
yeah, I wish you all the luck with the launch, Alex. I hope it goes well. Somebody wants to get a hold of you directly. How's the best way? Slack or any other?
They can message me on X. They can message me on any of the Slack communities. You can also just email me at alex@standiford.us. I pretty much, I check all of that stuff throughout the day, pretty much all the time, almost to a fault, if I'm honest. But, I'm very approachable. I'm always looking to answer questions and talk and connect. So
I wish you all the luck with the launch and let's hope it's a great one, Alex.
hey, thanks, Rob. I appreciate it.
Thank you. This show is brought to you by StunningDigitalMarketing.com, your Toronto leader in digital marketing services. Not only do we protect your WordPress website, we can help you with your site, provide social media management for your business, or even do one-on-one consulting. To find out more, go to stunningdigitalmarketing.com. Thank you to Alex for joining me on this edition of the SDM Show. This podcast is dedicated to my late father, Bruce Cairns. Dad, I miss you very much. I love you, and I think about you every day. For more information about Stunning Digital Marketing, your digital marketing experts, go to stunningdigitalmarketing.com or go to stunningdigitalmarketing.info to find out all the great places that Rob Cairns can be found on the web.